Hey everybody. Hope everybody is doing all right in these circumstances that we are all in. I am going to be working on this project this week as I adjust to our new schedule. It is going to be Allie Edwards' Day in the Life, which was March 5th. And that is going to be in my pocket page. It's going to be pocket page format 6x8. I'm actually going to work on, since I have extra time, I'm going to try to work on compiling all my day in the lives in one Allie Edwards album. So I'll probably do a video on that later on. Also, welcome. My name is Sabrina, if this is your first time. I am always creating something. Not so much in this time right now, but I'm always trying to create something every day, and I am lucky enough to be on a few creative teams, Coco Daisy, Tracy Reed Designs, and Scrap and Happy Studio. So I'm always making something. So for this project, I took a storyboard in Photoshop Elements, 48 inches by 24 inches, and I mapped out the entire thing so that way I could see how I was going to use this kit and how I was going to put together the pages. So I think I put all the pieces on one page protector. I'm also going to have some 4x8s and this card I made with the digital stamps. And then I'm going to have a flip up for this one. And then another one. Oh boy, it's going to catch that word. Another one, and then finally an evening one. And then that will wrap up the pages for this particular day. I also have a ton of stuff that I cut over here. And then I thought I could try some of my own cork embellishments, but this cork that I got from Michael's is very, very thick, even though I think it says thin, but it is very thick. Let me show you. I don't know. What do you think? So I am going to grab this top part and start working on this top part. So here we go. All right, so I am going to put together the pieces for this page, which includes the day in the life card, and I will later on write out the date, and then I'm also going to make a transparency pocket, and then I have a photo of me prepping the lunches, and if my face looks upset, it's because I was watching my crazy cats. They do all kinds of crazy stuff. So what I'm making right now is the flip pocket for the back of the spread. So I'm sorry if my hands look a little weird or like I'm doing weird things, but when I was editing it, that's just the way it came across. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the thankful and I am gluing it to the back of the second piece of the journaling, and then I'm using a hinge to make sure that you can pull out the journaling as well. So I need to make sure that all sides have adhesive. That way it's a good pull up method. I hope that makes sense. I'm also, like I said, using the transparency, and I'm going to layer on several of the pieces that I cut out, including AM and then a square that says given thanks for this day. So right there. And then on the back, I have one large circle that says today, and on the front, it's just going to look white, which is totally fine because that's where I'm going to place my other pieces that I just mentioned. That way they look like they're not floating too much. And I could not cut this circle straight for anything. I just couldn't. But you know what? I am embracing the wonky. That's a fun word, wonky. So I have this spread almost finished, and then I'm going to move on to the back. All right, so this is where I think my hand got a little weird again. I don't know if it did or didn't, but I was trying to trim the hinge, and I forgot adhesive on one side, and so that's why it probably looked a little weird. And then I thought I was going to put it in the bottom, and I was like, wait a second, it can't go in the bottom. So I put it in the top. And I have a photo of the backpacks, and I think I'm going to move that later on. I also, like I said, I made that blue card. I just took a 3x4, completely made it blue, and then just repeat stamp. This is totally celebrating, or let's celebrate this totally normal day, and just repeated that. Next, I have a photo of my son and I. You just saw he decided to see how tall he was compared to me, and I decided to snap a photo of that. I cannot believe how tall my son is and how tall he's getting. So I did a layering of a cutout this, a heart, and then a sticker. The back is my cats who demand fresh air every morning. So I just took a photo of them and then put stories of daily life, because that I can't believe I'm a cat person either. So, but they are just too cute with their fresh air. This next page is also another simple one. It is of the bike ride I took with my husband. We love to go on bike rides on Thursdays. Well, we did before everything happened. Now we don't really go anymore. But I have a photo of the trail. I was actually flying down the hill on that one, and so that's why my husband looks really small. And I was going to put the star above that, but then decided not to. I just added a little sticker to the photo of the trees and our photo, and then loving, and moved on to the back. This is the part where I forgot the this. I realized that I needed to add that, so I brought that 4x8 photo back out to add this. So the back of this page that has me driving, it is going to start the afternoon, and all I added was little details from today, and I added it on top of a card that I made. Again, it is the gray right now. So, and then I'm now moving on to a play that we saw at our school, and then I have the photo of my daughter and her friend, and then the today. And I will also add another photo of my son behind it with a hinge as well. And I'll leave it sticking up a little bit, so that way when I'm looking through the album or somebody else's, they can tell that you need to look behind it. So it'll say captured. There we go. And I will put that today. And I was trying to decide, did I want that like on the side or in the middle? But I just knew that the middle would work best. It just made sense. Okay, so I'm almost done with this page, and then I will move to the back. The back is after the play, and we went to the library, and my son took a photo because he was in the front seat. He's not normally in the front seat. I think legally he's allowed to be, but from our house to the library, it's only like 5 minutes. And we still had my daughter's friend in the car. So that's why legally he can be, since there was no room in the back. But anyways, he took this amazing photo of him and I sitting in the front seat, and I just absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite photos. One of the reasons that I love Day in the Life and Week in the Life, because you capture these priceless photos that are just turn out to be your all-time favorites. Made another hinge for going, and on top of the hinge I will add running errands, and also that photo of my daughter and I reading her new library book. And that will wrap up that page as well, just adding the story, and then I will add a little puffy sticker that is green, and then also a black sticker phrase. Okay, that one's done, and then I will move on to another 4x8 insert of my daughter. I don't know how I captured this photo, but it is just hilarious. She had to come up with a list of items to make list of items to bring to class so she could recreate her penguin, and just she was really frustrated, and I just captured her, and it is one of the most awesome photos I've captured of her. Again, this is why these type of projects just rock. I mean, this photo is just hilarious. So when I punched this photo, I accidentally punched my son's tongue, and normally that would really bug me, and I probably should have just added some extra tabs to the photo, so that way I wasn't actually punching the photo, but it's okay. I'm just going to let it go. I added a love right below it, just like I've done with every other photo that uses one of these large phrases. And then now the back is the evening, and I stuck with pink and black, and just some little snippets, including the Netflix show that we are watching, which is She-Ra. I think it's a remake of the 80s. And then in the middle, I will add loved this day. There we go. put it in the middle, and then I'm just gonna add one little red heart, keeping things very simple, and just so that way I can get this documented. So what I've done with other finishing the day, I've done enlarged photos, and usually it's my husband and I, but for whatever reason it didn't work out that way. I think he went to bed early. Maybe that's what happened. But I had this photo to end the day, and it was my daughter reading in bed. And it turned out, I don't know, it turned out okay. Not as best as I would have liked, but it works, and I can tell that it's my daughter reading. So I'm just adding a loving and then a little puffy heart, and then at the bottom another little cluster of things that I have cut out, and then thankful for, just documenting what happened to finish this particular day. There we go. All right, so my pages are done, and I have added them to my day in the life album. Here are my finished pages. This is a little transparency, and I wound up using a few of the stickers that I printed. And turn the page, and then you can pull this out to see more journaling. This and then this. This one is also raised a little because it's my son's photo. And then on the back is more journaling that you just pull out. And then my daughter, and I kind of punched a hole in my son's tongue, but you know, whatever, it works. And then this one, and then I always tend to do split photos. Like this one was from February of last year. So I tend to split up the photos. This one was a little bit grainy, it was dark, but I think you can still tell that it's my daughter. So, and then just a little cluster here, and called it done. All right, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate you taking the time, and I would love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you're new to my channel. Have a great day. Bye.